Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the second to last retirement horse shopping video, because today we are buying all the Gen 2 Shire horses and all the Gen 2 Icelandic horses that I do not own, meaning that after this there's only the Jorvik ponies left. And then all horses before Gen 3 have been officially retired. Which I think this is probably going to happen before the year is over. And that feels crazy. I mean, I remember when the first horses, the Gen 1 Fjords, retired in fall of 2018. And, you know, that was the fall I started high school. And I can remember, like, me and Bella, I remember I had bought star coins, and I was sitting by my computer and I was talking with Bella on Skype, because this was back in the day before we used Discord. We were still on Skype then, and we were talking on Skype, and I wanted to name the horses, and it was like, I was trying to come up with names, and when my mom was my age, she and my grandparents, her parents, had a bunch of fjord horses. So I remember I ran out to my mom, who was sitting out on the porch, and I was like asking her, I was like, what names did your fjord horses have? Because I can remember that one was called Linda, for example, which was my grandmother's fjord horse. She was called Linda. So one of my one fjord horses is called Linda after her. But also one was called Ditte, and so on. So I have a lot of fjord horses that are named after real fjord horses that have lived on actually the same farm that I grew up on. But about, 15, 20 years before I was born. That is beside the point, however. Wait, give me a moment. Sorry, I thought it was something, but it wasn't. So we're gonna do some shopping. As you can see, I do already own Gen 2 Icelandic horses, and these horses are also very special to me for another reason. These were the last horses released before I started playing Star Stable. They were released right after Epona was released in, I would assume, November, around somewhere there, of 2015. And then in December 2015 I started playing, and this was the newest horse in the game. And I own two Gen 2 Icelandic horses, because for the 2 following years I decided, like, every winter I was gonna buy an Icelandic horse as like my winter horse to train. And then, so 2016 and 2017 I bought horses. This was the first one. This is Aaron, and he's the first one. He's also named after an Icelandic horse I knew in real life. And then the second one is Peppa, or aka Gingerbread, the chestnut one that I bought the year after, which would have been 2017. But in 2018 we started getting magical winter horses, so then I kind of stopped with this tradition. I was about to say trend. It's not a trend, it's a tradition. But yeah, we are here now to buy these horses, and I do have a name picked out for one of the Shire horses. I've been waiting with naming this horse since 2016, I think? Maybe, no, 2017 maybe, when this Dark Bay came out. I can't remember. But yeah. Actually, wait, I have to do a quick little search in my document of horse names, so I haven't already named a horse this, because I remember I might actually have accidentally named a horse this already. Just the thought just hit me. It's like, wait, didn't I name another horse this? But I had a name picked out for this one. Oh, wait. We are going to, can't I search on phone? Do I have to open it to my PC? And I can't open it to my PC because I'm recording on the PC. Oh, there, I found it. Okay, I do already have one horse called this. So that did put that did disrupt my plan. I was going to name this horse Casper, but then I remember I think one of my Gen 1 Arabians actually ended up being named Casper, which I think both of them were originally meant to be called Casper with different names in Star Stable. But that's not gonna happen. And this is also a horse. This was the horse I was also waiting to buy because I love the color, and she was gonna be called Giga Queen. But Vele or Vile, I don't know how you say it. There's the ice horse from Winter 2023. That's a Shire model, and when that horse isn't in its magical coat, it's a Gen 3 version of this coat. So I end up naming her Giga Queen. So I already have a Giga Queen too. That might be putting some problems into plan. We can name this one. She can be older and she's gonna be on a mare because I think Bella has this one. Bella and I, in fall 2016, we bought Halloween horses. This was also before magical Halloween horses was a thing. And I bought the grey Gen 2 Sport Frisian, the one that kind of had red looking eyes, and I named her Moon Ghost. And this was the horse that Bella picked, I think, and I think she named her Pumpkin Ghost, or Ghost Pumpkin maybe, but I'm gonna go with Pumpkin Ghost. The fact that I remember this randomly. I also remember that Bella went and bought her before I had bought Moon Ghost. Random facts. This is why it's so hard for me to make. Like, I've thought for like about a year that like, oh, I'm gonna do like a training chit chat where I talk like nostalgia, and the nostalgia just end up being in random videos because I can never, like, when I'm trying to sit doing the prep for the videos, like, oh, what nostalgic things do I have to talk about, and then I like forget it. But can I do this one? You can be young. Because I just get all these things while I'm sitting here recording, and it's like I don't want to just start like, oh, this is gonna be a nostalgia video, because then I don't know how to start it. But then you get all these nostalgia dispersed throughout like so many of my videos, because in December I'm gonna have played this game for 10 years. That's a whole literal decade. It's going to be just a little less than half my life. So, yeah, in 3 years' time, I will have played Star Stable for half my life. That will be, wait, it's 2025, 2026, 7, 8. So in December 2028, or 8th, yeah, I will have played Star Stable for half my life, and then everything going forward, I'm gonna have been playing Star Stable for more than half my life. That's so crazy. Like, that is insane, honestly. But we're so off topic right now. This is gonna be Melody, because the way I was introduced to Star Stable was through a friend showing me this playthrough on YouTube in school when we were 13, in fall 2015, and then later in 2015 I started playing. But this playthrough was made by Gaming by Esme on Instagram, or her Swedish YouTube channel, which is Esmeralda Silverforce, where she used to make a lot of like Star Stable videos, and she had a playthrough with a character she called Penny, and Penny's horses were all named after Pokemon, and this one was called Melody after a Pokemon. which I cannot remember what Pokemon is called, but it was Midnight Melody maybe? That the horse name was, but I'm gonna do Melody. This is not the first time I named a horse after one of Esme's penny videos, so we're gonna run with this one, because the nostalgia. This is Melody. And she can also go to the stable. It feels so... I said in my last video I hoped that Icelandic was gonna be the last horse to retire. Obviously it's not, and I'm gonna buy it now, because I think everyone should own a yen to Icelandic, by the way. Let's put this out here now. If you don't own a yen to Icelandic, go buy one, because the Icelandic has this special gate called Tölt. And the yen 3-1, the Tölt is slower. And this is important for one reason, because they have, like, instead of, I don't know if it's a canter or the gallop, one of them has been replaced with like a flying pass, I think it's called, which is very similar to Tölt, but it's faster. So perhaps this Tölt is too fast. So when you do the actual special gate Tölt, the yen 3-1 is slower. And obviously this is, you know, if you're doing like the Icelandic race and you want to get like best time of day, which especially on smaller servers, not that hard, you're gonna have a bigger chance with a yen max leveled yen 2-1 because it's faster. But the main reason is that some quests and dailies, but usually quests, and this is a bigger thing back with the old Christmas event, but they have this thing where like you have something that is fragile, so you can't go full speed when you carry it, so it takes some time. If you want to do quests like that and you don't want that meter to go up, you just Tölt. The Tölt doesn't affect the, like, how close things are to breaking meter on such quests. Like, for example, there's a daily with Andy in Fear Grove to deliver eggs to his grandma. If you Tölt, the eggs won't break. You can Tölt the entire way. And the yen 2-1 is a lot faster. So obviously, maybe you don't do those dailies a lot, but if that shows up in a quest and you're like, I don't want to do all this, like it takes a long time and everything like that, like, Tölt. You Tölt. And if you have a yen 2-1, it's going to be a lot faster, because the yen 2 Icelandic Tölts faster than the yen 3-1. This has been your PSA about why you need a yen 2 Icelandic. This is the only retirement horse I've been like, you need one. Like, I buy them because I want them. I'm a collector. I want everything that I won't be able to have later. But this is the one I'm gonna be like, buy it, because you might need it in the future. And of course there are other horses with special gates too, and those probably also work. But I think still the Gen 2 Icelandic might have the fastest special gate. Or one of the fastest, or faster, is what I say, one of the faster special gates in the game. So, yeah. And also, you can do the Icelandic race with these ones. And since it is faster, it's easier to get like today's best time. And that's still, especially, I can still get like day's best on that sometimes on Airstar. Airstar is a very popular server. It's not a popular race. If I do that race when I'm visiting another server, I sometimes like almost guaranteed to get. But I also always, unless I'm training an Icelandic horse, which I usually don't do, I usually only do that race when I've done every other race and I still want a little bit extra XP, because it does give 225 horse XP, so it gives a lot of XP. I always run it with a yen 2-1 because I know they are faster. So that is my tip. Obviously, you do as you please, but I'm gonna tell you, buy a yen 2 Icelandic horse, because they are faster in Tölt than the yen 3-1s. We're gonna continue buying the Shires. Okay, so which ones we haven't gotten? I guess we can still do something with Giga here. We could like go on the same theme, like maybe Lady instead of Giga Queen. I'm gonna make her an adult. Have I only bought mares so far? Yeah, I think I only have. I don't know. There's something about these ones that makes me think of mares. I think it's maybe because they are very like Barbie horses, like they feel like plasticky. Like a lot of Yentl horses have like a Barbie horse feel. A lot of people say that the American celebrity is the Barbie horse, but compared, because of the long tail obviously, but I think compared to like the Yentl English Thoroughbred or Morgan or Shire, no, these are the plastic Barbie horses. So let's buy my second Giga then, but this is gonna be Giga Lady. Gonna send her to the stable. I mean, yeah, if we do, I love myself a bay horse. And maybe this is where we're gonna get, I wanna do gelding. Conqueror. Oracle? Okay, I'm just gonna get breath, spotlight, pony air. I think this is the wrong size of horse for that. Brass, blue. Can we change those to blue? Brass? We can. He could be blue brass. That sounds like it could be a horse name at least. Shire horses have feathers, like birds. Does anybody else remember that blooper from Game Master Archie? If you played Star Stable back in the day, do you remember Star Stable Archie? He did the voiceovers for like all the, not the tutorials, but they had these like how things work videos on Star Stable on their channel back in the day. They're still up, I think, but they like explain a lot of things that maybe aren't really the same way they work in this game today, so they aren't like updated. But the voiceover for all of those was done by a game master called Game Master Archie, and he had this fantastic voice. I guess he still would have it. He's not a Star Stable anymore, what I know. But for Christmas 2015, for the because we only got that year, the gifts were from like, I think maybe like the 15th or 12th or something like that to the 24th. So they weren't all of December the way they are now, because it was like an advent calendar and not like a winter calendar the way they do it now. It was more Christmas centric. And on the 23rd, we got a link to a video, and it's later been published. You don't need like the link, it's not unlisted anymore. If people who don't do YouTube themselves might not know this, but when you publish a video, you can put it as private, so like only I can see it. I can put it as unlisted or public. So like when you see this video, it's public, but it's already been on my channel for a while, or usually like about a day, because I'm very good at procrastinating editing and uploading. But it's usually for about a day. It's been private on my channel, so only I can see it. So once it's time for it to go public, where you can see it, I just press a button and say public and then save. And then the middle option is unlisted, where it's more people than I can see it, but I need to give them the direct link. You can't just go on YouTube and search for it. If you don't have the exact link for the video, you can't see it. So that's kind of a middle ground. And that's what this video was, but they have since made it public, so you can just go on Star Stable's YouTube and search for like Game Master Archie bloopers or something, and it was this video of just his outtakes as he was like recording like these trailers and stuff, because they used to have talking in them, and they was done by Game Master Archie. And the outtake for the Shire horse, where he's trying to say that the Shire horse have heavy feathering on their feet. He just keeps stumbling over the words until he eventually says, Shire horses have feathers, like birds. And that has been in my brain since 2015. And then they added a picture of Birdie instead. But if you want some Star Stable nostalgia, or you want to see like what we thought was hilarious back in the day, go watch that video. Because I still watch it when I'm down and I need a good laugh. And I love it. We loved Game Master Archie, okay? I think we might need a stallion. This could be a stallion. I kind of want... Let's see, what do we have on C? Are these all the C words? Because I kind of like... I was thinking like sorrow. Or... Like, do we have like... No, I was thinking like vigilante. But that isn't either valor. Do we have valor as a second one? Ballet, vacate. No, we don't have valor. I feel like valor works so much better as a second name though. Virtue. Valor or virtue. Valor or virtue. Valiant virtue. Valiant verse. That sounds like a pretentious stallion name. Let's go with that. I feel like it's almost gotten harder to... Like, we've gotten so many good name options, but it also means that it's so much harder to find, like, combinations that feel like they work with each other. Or maybe it's just that I've gotten spoiled over the years. I don't know. So, wait, we have that one, that one, that one, that one. So, those four. Fifth. Don't have. Okay, so it's these three that I haven't purchased yet. This one feels autumnal. We want something with autumn. Do we have like autumn leaf? Yeah, I don't have a horse name. I was kind of like, I think autumn leaf is a name, but I think I have a horse call up. I don't. So I think this is gonna be autumn leaf. I'm finally starting to get on a roll with these names. Then I'm gonna have a struggle with the Icelandics because I didn't have any names prepared for those. So now we have these two ones. Quite similar, but not identical. I kind of want something with pirate. Like... Pirate Thunder does work. Yeah, let's go with Pirate Thunder. Like, I don't need the best names for the N2 horses. I still love them. And if I have a name they haven't already used for a later horse, like with Giga Queen, I named a Gen 3 horse that instead. I will still use it here if I haven't. But if I didn't have like, oh, this was a horse I wanted to buy when I was younger, because this was not a horse I was interested in. I'm only buying it now because it's retiring. Even back when this was a new horse, like I really wanted to buy the horse I named Giga Lady, but I just didn't have the star coins because these were really expensive. These were like 994 star coins. They were like 1,000 star coins. They were expensive. And they, they didn't have any special gates or movements or anything like that. So I like I'm not gonna sit here and try and pick the fanciest name when it wasn't a horse I was kind of looking at and like wishing I had when I was younger. And now only one should remain. Yeah, it's this kind of like mix between a black and a very dark bay, perhaps. I don't know exactly what color it is. I don't know. Gem West, Fast Pie, Twin Tulip, Charm there. Charm could work. Charm Hour. I do like that one actually. Let's go with that one. Maybe we should count later how many untrained horses I have, because I feel like it's a lot right now. Because I feel like the speed at which they have been retiring horses have increased this last year. It's like they were like, we really want to get all of them out now. That's like main priority. So it feels like I've spent a lot more on retirement horses than other horses. Sorry, I got distracted by something on my desk. Not good when recording videos. But yeah, it feels like the retired horses a lot faster this year. So now all of these should be in my possession. And so they are. Let's move on to my babies, the Icelandic. Which I feel like out of all the Yen 2 horses, I feel like the Icelandic horse is the one that's aged the best. Because I feel like it isn't as cartoony as some other. Like it's a bit cartoon. Like it has front-facing eyes, which is something that a lot of Yen 2 horses have a problem with, that they are front-facing in the face, which horses aren't in real life. But because they have a more like realistic fur texture than a lot of horses, they look a lot better than like the Shire or the English Thoroughbred, or even like some earlier Yen 3 ones. Like I think these look better than the Trackner, which does hurt my heart because the Trackner used to be one of my favorite horses. I also think it's aged better than like the Hanoverian Yen 2 and stuff. So I feel like this could have been the last horse to retire. But I have for a long time had my bets that the Jorvik pony, since like they hadn't removed it yet and it's a Yen 1 horse, and it's been so long since other Yen 1 horses have retired, that these were gonna be the last ones, just because the sheer amount of Yen colors of the Yen 1 pony. But yeah, this is Gingerbread, and obviously this is Aaron. This I do have a name for actually, because I think I've talked about this in the English Thoroughbred one. Or did I buy those before I had a YouTube? I can't remember. But then I talked about it on my Instagram. And then I talked about it when I bought the Yen 2 Morgan ones, that like these 3 grey ones that came out later. I had like a set of names. It was going to be Ash Lily, Mist Lily, and this one is going to be... We're going to put Lily first, because we know it's going to be Lily. What's going to be Shadow Lily. I already have a Shadow Lily? Who's my Shadow Lily? Let's do the same thing in my document. Oh, I do have a Shadow Lily. Because it was the grey Yen to Arabia. So I did have... I guess that also came at the same time. So I had Mr. Shadow Lily, Ash Lily. Oh, one was supposed to be Cinder. I don't know if you have Cinder though. We do. Cinder Lily. So this is gonna be... I think I accidentally swapped the Yen to Arabian Thoroughbred and this Icelandic, because I think this is supposed to be Shadow Lily and the Arabian was supposed to be Cinder Lily. But it's fine. I did have names. It's Cinder Lily. Because they are all my grey lilies. I don't think grey lilies are a thing, but they are... Okay, look at these babies. They don't look as old as they are, okay? You have to agree with me. I'm just correct. You can't have an. Of course, you can have another opinion, but you know, you can't. You can't. This one, I kind of want something with cocoa for this one. I'm gonna do adult cocoa. I think cookie, actually, I might have had in the past. Yeah, because I have cinnamon cookie, that's gingerbread. Because you couldn't name a horse gingerbread directly back in the day, so it was cinnamon cookie. As close as I could get. So this is cocoa cookie. Yeah. Cocoa cookie. So yes, these are horses I looked at a lot, but I, couldn't really remember names, but they are adorable and I do love them. Okay, we're gonna send her to the stable. I think this one was actually a vanilla cookie. So can go with that too. Vanilla cookie. Or should we do like vanilla dream? Because that's one of my favorite cookies. The vanilla dreams. Yeah, let's do vanilla dream. Which is a type of cookie. It's so cute. Sent to stable. This one arrived later, so did that one, so I don't think I have names for them. This one I think is gonna be easy. This was chocolate cookie. Can you tell I had a theme that I just remember I had? Chocolate cookie. So adorable. Yeah, let's do... Because this one's actually a bit different, and I had a name which you couldn't name your horse back then. So I would have to name something else in the meanwhile, but you can actually name your horse that today, and this is gonna be Rocky. I'm gonna make him a gelding though. Someone has to be. I think a lot of people named this horse Rocky back in the day, but it would be something like Rock Mountain or Rock Star maybe, or like something else with rock. But, or Rock maybe if that was possible, I can't remember. But this is Rocky. I don't know. This one is one of the originals. The only one I can't remember on top of my head what the name was supposed to be. So we could do something with snow. We can do Snow Angel. You have a horse called Snow Angel. You have a video buying your horse Snow Angel from last winter. It was one of... I think it was the second video of my Instagram followers picks what horse I buy. It's a very fun video to make. It takes a bit of time and dedication. But yeah. I did buy a horse called Snow Angel on that one. Who's a Dutch warm blood. So I can't do Snow Angel. So let's see what we could do. Snow Liberty. I kind of want something with cookie though. Like not all of them have cookie names, but it is a bit of a theme. Oh, do we have sugar? Sugar cookie. That could work. Yeah, let's do sugar cookie. I don't... Well, sugar cookie could be a gelding. Who says he can't be? Sugar cookie could be a gelding. So cute. Sent to stable. Oh, I just got an idea for... Well, okay, so we have... that one, and that one. That's cocoa cookie, vanilla cookie, this Aaron, cinder lily. Only these two left. Yeah, I'm gonna check one name if it's possible. Well, maybe I will have a horse called this. I do have a horse called Red Velvet. Who is Red Velvet? It's one of my Yen 2 quarter horses, so that was a while ago actually. Because otherwise with the darker color and the white, that would be perfect. What other good cookies and cakes do you have? Obviously it doesn't have to be... I'm gonna wait. Okay, they don't have blood. Is it here they have blood then? Yeah, blood is a second name. So we can't do red velvet. It's like, I think red velvet is a name, but I also think I know it's a name because I have a horse called that. I don't know what to call you. I'm gonna go with this one instead, because I do think I have a name for this one. We're gonna do... We don't have cream. I have cream as a second one. I was gonna do cream cookies or cookies and cream. It's not... No. That's not how it's spelled. Okay. It's gonna be like a cookies and cream. Like an Oreo. I don't want to name it Oreo though, because that's a brand. I say as if I don't have a horse called O'boy, which is a Swedish brand of hot chocolate, but that's different. O'boy is also like an expression. Milk? Cookie? Could be cookies and milk. That could be a... Because I don't want to do black cookie or white cookie, because it's going to be a black and white cookie. Maybe I'm going to call it Oreo anyway. Stallion milk cookie. Let's go with that. Now, what to name the final one? Yes, my face has been like on the very top of the microphone, so I don't actually know how well you've heard me, and now I'm terrified. Because obviously I can't re-record the video. Because I made a silly mistake. Oh, that's so cute. Like that icon. But no, I don't think I want to go with another main style. I guess we could like just do red cookie. And like not specify what type. I want this one to be a mare though. Red cookie. Yeah, let's go. We bought them all. They are so cute. I do love them. don't forget to go buy these before they retire. I can't remember exactly what date. I think it's the first update, perhaps in November, maybe? No, October. It's in October. They are retiring in October. Come on. I'm trying to open last week's news. The 15th October is the day they are retiring. So don't forget to buy the Yen 2 Icelandic horses and the Yen 2 Shire horses that you want before then, because then they're going to be gone forever. And you don't want to miss out on the faster tilt. Trust me. You know what? Let's go back home. Let's count now how many untrained horses I have. Because back on, well, in the last video when I'm recording this one, which might not be in the last video I uploaded, because I don't know if I'm going to upload this on Friday or next Tuesday. I'm recording this on the Wednesday that the Yen 3 Evolution released. When I recorded my preparing for fall shopping spree, I said I'm not buying horses because I have someone to train, and I was gonna buy more because I knew this video was coming. So yeah, let's just look. So we're starting with a full page. That's 3 times 6. Let me get my calculator out. 3 times 6. 3 times 6. That's 18. So 19 in the pasture. Yeah, 19 in the pasture. And then we obviously have 7 in the stable with Fritz, who I'm currently training. So as of the recording of this video, I have 26 untrained horses. Yeah, that's a lot of horses. And as you can tell, I'm about to start training my Yen 2 Morgan horses as soon as I'm done training Fritz. Oh boy. I have a lot of training ahead of me, so I guess I'll better get to it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider, leaving a like and subscribing to see more Star Super content, but also, a bit of Sims content and such. If you, made it this far, I want to say a huge thank you. I hope... I'm so sorry, someone was yelling outside my door. I can't remember where I was in the outro, but if you made it this far in the video, I want to say a huge thank you. And also, let me know, are you gonna buy any of these Shires or Icelandic horses before you retire? Remember what I said about the Yen 2 Icelandic? You should have one, in my opinion. You're allowed to disagree. Maybe you already own all the ones you want. Or maybe you can't, which is obviously I also understand. But let me know. Have you bought any? Are you gonna buy any? Do you already have some? And yeah, also, do you know what was the horse that, the last horse to be released before you started playing the game? I do, I know that's the Icelandic horse, because it was such a huge hype. It was the first horse with a special gate, and I can remember my friend who started playing, who had showed me, YouTube videos of the game, being so hyped about Icelandic horses. So it's such a clear memory of them being... I can remember, before I was playing, when these released, one day in the morning before school, before we walked to school together, I showed up at their place. It's wait, I'm gonna have to buy an Icelandic horse. Which I think was the Thursday after, because I guess she had been allowed to play or something. I can't remember. On the evening before, and she was buying an Icelandic horse, in the morning when we were 13 years old, before we went to school. And that's a very vivid memory for me. So yeah, if if you do remember what the last horse to release before you start playing was, please let me know. Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. Please let me know that down below as well. And, you know, thank you so much again for watching, and I guess I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye!